Hi everyone, this is Lynette at Nettie Reads Too Much. I thought I would come to you with another video. This time it's a TBR video. As a lot of you probably know by now, Booktubeathon is running from the 24th of July to the 30th of July. It happens every year apparently. This is my first year on Booktube, watching and making videos. So this is a first for me. It's hosted by, I think, Ariel Bissett. I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologise if I've just butchered your name. And I thought that this year, because it falls on a week when I'm on holiday, which means I can dedicate quite a bit of time to reading, that I would try and take part. Also, you might notice behind me, I'm in a slightly different filming location from normal. Just trying around with lighting, different times of the day, just trying to get this filming thing down. Like I said, this is a TBR video. I've selected my 7 books for the 7 challenges. Not sure if I'll be able to complete all 7. I think I might be, the books that I've chosen, I think that I might be able to get through quite a few of them. And I have also, for those who've seen my past videos, been really good, and I have only picked books that are on my list of books to read this year from my old books on my TBR. So I've done really well. So if I get through them all, that'll be another 7 off of the 67 knocked off. So I'll be almost halfway through the books then. Right, so without further ado, let's actually tell you which books I've chosen. So as I said, there are 7 challenges. The first challenge is, sorry if I keep looking down, I've got notes down below, just in front of the screen here, so I can remember what I'm doing. And sorry if I'm fidgeting a lot, I'm kneeling and I don't think that's going to be too comfortable. So yes, so the first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover, and the book that I've chosen for that is a book called First Grave on the Right by Dorinda Jones, and this is a bit of a paranormal romance novel. It's about Charlie Davidson, who is a Grim Reaper. Who helps souls with unresolved issues surrounding their death, resolve those issues and helps them cross over. As I say, it's a romance, so at some point she's going to meet someone that she falls in love with. I'm not quite sure of the name of who that's going to be. I have heard a lot about these books. I follow a couple of romance bloggers and they have talked about these books in the past. And also been nagged a little bit to try and read them myself. So I thought that as this is on my TBR, this would be an excellent time to start it. So the second book on the second challenge rather, for this readathon is to read a hyped book. This wasn't so much a hyped book, but it was. Those of you who have read the Lunar Chronicles probably see this as a hyped book. I've only seen really good hype about it, so I'm going to give it a go. I did buy it because I've read the Lunar Chronicles and really enjoyed them. So this one is Heartless. Not sure if you can. Not done very well with the lighting, I don't think. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is the story of how the young woman called Catherine, I think, grows up to become the Queen of Hearts. I don't know much more about it than that. I've tried to stay away from anything that's spoilery, because I did really enjoy the Lunar Chronicles and I enjoyed Marissa Meyer's writing, and I really would like to give this one a go and see what happens. You might start noticing a theme here. So, book 3 is read a book in one day. Now, I've got a bit of an issue. I either have romance novels, which are really, really quick and easy for me to read. I get through them in a matter of hours. Or I've got a bit of sci-fi, a bit of fantasy, a bit of romance. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust my seating position. Sci-fi, a little bit of everything else on my TBR that tends to take a bit more time to read. So reading a book in one day, like I said, you're going to notice a theme. I have gone with When I Was Yours by Samantha Towell, another romance theme. This is the story of Adam and Evie. It's a second chance romance novel, and it's they got married when they were teenagers. They were teenage sweethearts, and within a week of the marriage, Evie had walked out on Adam. The story picks up a few years later when they meet up again, and obviously Adam wants answers. He wants to know what happened and how they go from that point to end up having their happy ever after. So, book challenge 4 is to read a character very different from me. I wasn't really sure about this one. I think more because I don't really tend to look at myself very much to see what sort of person I am. So I chose, purely because it's not really my thing, I chose Rock Chick Rescue by Kristen Ashley. Again, there's the cover. It's another romance novel. It's about Jet and Eddie. Don't really know very much about it. All I know is it's the second in the series. I have read the first. Don't really remember much about it. But I have all of the books on my Kindle, so I thought I'd better get on and try and read them, even though I like Kristen Ashley. She doesn't wow me. She doesn't blow me away with her writing, but I thought I need a book to read. I will give it a go. So, challenge number 5 is to read a book outdoors. Again, I live in the UK. Any UK watchers, you know what the weather's like. It's summer. We don't get sunshine. I think we've had our summer. However, I'm on holiday. I might get the opportunity to sit outside for an hour or two. So again, I thought I'll try and pick something that's going to be fairly quick and easy for me to get through. So again, I went with another romance novel. This time I have gone with, and this one's a bit more difficult to see. It's not gonna, there we go. Paper Princess by Erin Watt. Erin Watt is a collaboration between two authors whose names escape me and I forgot to write them down in my notes. This is the story of Ella and Reed Royal. Ella is living in poverty, and she's plucked out of poverty and put completely out of her comfort zone with this family called the Royals. And she and Reed obviously start a romance. Apparently it has a cliffhanger at the end. They don't have a happy ever after, so I'm glad that I have, I think it's Broken Prince, which is the second one, lined up ready to go as soon as I finish this one. But hopefully that one will be a quick, easy read that I can get through while I'm sat outside, while I have periods of dry weather in between the rain. So book 6 is to read, oh, I've forgotten. Read a book because of the cover. Most of my books are cover buys. It pretty much covers my entire TBR. So I went through the list of books that I've got to read this year, and I just went, which is the cover that stands out to me. If I was going to pick one now because of the cover, other than the ones that I've already picked, which one would I choose? So I picked, purely because there's a little bit of a hunk of a man on the front, Carter Reed. Oh, doesn't really pick up on the white light very well. Carter Reed by Tian. I think I've actually read this one before. I think this is going to be a reread. I don't remember reading it first time round, but with a lot of the romance novels that I read, I find that's the case. Some of them just don't stay with me for very long. But this is a mafia-based love story. Emma and Carter Reed, as in the book title. Emma kills a man who she finds raping her roommate, who has mafia ties. Carter works for a rival mafia family to the one with which she's now in trouble with, and he protects her. They fall in love. Off we go from there. So hopefully that one will be a nice quick read, and like I say, it's purely a cover buy on that one. And challenge 7 is to try and read 7 books. So I went through the list and thought, which one realistically would I get to? I've got some on there that I've already started, so I didn't want to cheat and pick one that I was already halfway through. And earlier this year I started a lot of series rereads this year. I don't know what I'm torturing myself for. I'm reading Harry Potter, I'm reading Chronicles of Narnia, I'm so many. But also I have now got on my Kindle all of the Terry Pratchett Discworld novels. I've read a lot of them. I haven't read all of them. I've read a lot of them. And I decided that now that I've got them all, and obviously with his passing, I thought that it's about time I made the effort to sit and read them all. I decided that I would read them in the order that they were published rather than by little group series. I think eventually I'll go back and probably read them by group and by character series, because I love the Commander Vimes books. I think they're absolutely brilliant. They are the funniest for me. I know Rincewind is a lot of people's favourite, but no, the Commander Vibes and The Watch are very much my favourites. But like I said, I started a reread earlier this year, and I read The Colour of Magic, the first one that was published. So I need to move on to... you can't see it. There we go. The Light Fantastic, which is book 2. So I will be getting on to that one. I thought if I'm going to read anything, I've had it ticking away in the back of my head for a while that I really need to read book 2. So hopefully I will get to that one if I manage to get through all the other 6. I'm going to try and read them in challenge order as well. I haven't seen anybody else saying they're going to do this, but I'm going to try and read them in challenge order. I might find that actually I skip because I've read Samantha Tower. I've read a lot of her books. I've read pretty much all the books that she's published, apart from When I Was Yours, which is partly why I've picked that one as well. I need to get to it. I'm a bit behind. So I might skip to that one because I know I'm going to like that one. I know I love her writing. Paper Princess has been ticking away for a little while as well. I might try and read Terry Pratchett before I read anything else because I know it's going to make me laugh. I know it's going to set me on a good... I'm not going to have a bit of a slump at the end of it. A couple of these books have the potential to put me in a slump. But I will see where I go. So that's my TBR. I hope all of you are having a good think about your TBRs and what you're going to be reading, and I look forward to seeing more TBRs, and also at the end of the week seeing all the wrap-ups, what everybody's been doing, how they've all got on. Like I say, hopefully I'll have another 7 books knocked off my aim to read this year list, and we'll go from there. So it was lovely to talk to you all. I will speak to you all again. Goodbye.